Hello everyone, Pally7 here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Hope you guys are having a great day today. In today's video, we are going to take a look at the redesigned Dehaka. Now, he lost some of his talents that everyone gravitated towards when he was first released. So his movement speed at level 1, where he would kind of build up essence and subsequently get faster throughout the course of the game, that's something that a lot of people gravitated towards when he was brand new, and that's gone. But his build that he was kind of doing as of last week, like his dominant build in the higher echelons of ranked play, was all about primal aggression at level 1 and split pushing and killing minions, getting the one who collects and getting a ton of essence off of those minions, and then going into team fights and fighting around objectives using your mount ability. Can I show that here? No, I can't. It's not on the list. But essentially, he doesn't have a mount. Instead, he has a global presence where he can kind of pop up in any bush around the map. So you would take these split pushing talents and just clear lanes, get XP, shove into forts, try to get ground in other areas, and then right when an objective pops, you would show up there and start team fighting. Very fun play style, and it is now better than it ever was before, because of Primal Swarm, or at least I think it's better, allowing not only Dehaka, but his entire damage to deal 15% more damage to anyone that is being hit with his W ability. Very, very strong, and some of his burrow changes are, like, excellent, but I'll talk about those while we're in the game. We're going to play him today. This is a build you can jump in and try. It's not very, there's not much of a learning curve. Just have fun. Look at your minimap. That's what it's all about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the Sky Temple today. Great map to show off some of the things that I wanted to talk about because, of course, these objectives will draw us over from everywhere on the map to kind of fight on top of these towers. So that'll be good. Like I said, we are going to go for Primal Aggression at level 1. Dark Swarm duration is increased by 0.5 seconds, and it deals 100%. It deals more damage to minions and mercenaries, not monsters. So don't go to the infernal shrines and wait, like, expect it to clear out those little monsters by the objectives, because it won't do that. It just won't. That's not what it's made for. It used to be. They changed that. My Q ability is Drag. This is a skill shot with a weird delay still. It still has a little bit of an iffy delay. So we'll go ahead and I'll hit the button kind of hard for you. 3, 2, 1. Kind of weird, right? But we can use that to latch our tongue onto an enemy hero and then drag them around with us. Our W ability is Dark Swarm that we already talked about, and with the extra talents to clear minion waves, well, we're going to just breeze right through these things, especially as the game progresses. Now, you'll notice as these minions are dying, we're collecting their energy and storing that on our trait. And with that trait, we can heal ourselves with the spirits of dead minions. Kind of like a spirit bomb, but you focus it internally. And I guess everything in Dragon Ball Z willingly gave their energy, right? We're just kind of killing them. And okay, so it's nothing like a spirit bomb. I take it back. Our E ability is Burrow, and this is one of the most significant changes that Dehaka got in his skill set, because he can burrow underground and then come out of the ground whenever he wants to. What a good idea! Man, I wonder who said that day 1 of Dehaka's release. Blizzard. Just go ahead. Artanis actually got the changes too that I recommended day 1 of Artanis' release. Soon Blizzard's gonna hire me. I'm gonna be part of their hero design team. Part of their quality assurance team. I don't know. Nazebo does have the Abathur top hat, so I'm not looking to trade with him, but as a solo laner, we're not really looking to, like, get kills. It's not important. I mean, we can if the opportunity arises. What we're really looking to do is just grab the XP. We're here just for the minions, so our team can stay ahead on levels like we're already doing. So even as the objective's going on, I'm just looking at my mini-map. We're looking at these dudes. They're doing fine. I don't want to contest top because I'm by myself, and that would be dumb. So we're just waiting for the minions to come up. We kill the minions, and then we go back like nothing happened. Now, we don't have the sippy cup, and for some heroes, that would be a pretty big deal, but Dehaka has a ton, and I do mean a ton, of self-sustain. So we're gonna be able to keep ourselves alive. Absolutely no problem at all. We'll go ahead and use, maybe we'll leave. gonna say, we could probably sit in there and trade, but we're playing safe today. My fucking warm-up match to get ready for this, oh my god, it was a disaster. It was like all of my damage dealers waited for me to go in until they decided, you know what, I don't actually feel like fighting today. Yeah, this just doesn't seem like me anymore. I don't want to be a damage dealer. Everyone's dying all around us from the Abathur mines. Meanwhile, you know what Dehaka's doing? Clearing the lane and healing up to full health. Dude, easy game, easy life. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we traded pretty evenly on these things. Stitch is very low on health there. I never told you the friendly team, Lutenara. What Dehaka? Chen, Greymane, and Ragnaros, the enemy team. Stitches, Nazeebo, Abathur, Zarya, and Ragnaros. And again, there's zero stress in my life right now. We're just getting fucking dead minion insides into our bodies so we can heal off of them later. We don't need to push Nazeebo out of lane. Nazeebo can walk all the way fucking up to us. It doesn't matter. We're just sitting here to be in range of the XP and collect those minion insides. Now, at level 7, I did pick up the Symbiosis, and this is what is going to allow us to basically always be using our W in team fights. And later on in the game, it's going to increase our damage output by a pretty considerable amount as well. I don't think Nazeebo has anything else to kill me with, so, well, the Abathur top hat certainly helps. Thought I had that. But again, we don't need to go back here. We're just chilling. All we need to do is wait for a few of these minions to die, and then heal back up a pretty considerable amount. Easy game, easy life. You know what I'm saying? The objective in the bottom lane should be up pretty soon. We are the highest in XP contribution on our team because, well, we haven't left. I think I can burrow under while those spiders are hitting me. Now, while you're underground, keep in mind that enemy players can put stuff on top of you. Like that zombie wall, he could have put that on top of me and I would have been in some significant trouble, but he didn't do that. Come here, little Zebo. Come into the minions. Goodbye, little buddy. Oh, you're gonna get away. The cool thing about Dark Swarm, which is, again, our W ability, is allows us to not ever be body blocked by anything. So he thought he had us with that zombie wall. It wasn't even close. I know I'm staying up here in the top lane a little bit longer than I probably should, but the enemy team's actually being pushed back. And at any time, we can burrow on down here to the bottom lane and help them out with this objective. The enemy team does have an Abathur, so they're always a body down, at least until level 10, so I'm using that to our advantage just to soak more XP. And now that it looks like a fight is actually happening, we'll go ahead and we'll burrow on down there. I am going to pick up Isolation, which is going to allow me to silence an enemy hero, like this Ragnaros here. We'll start to heal with that Essence, and just keep this guy controlled in the corner and beat him down. I'm going to jump on top of the objective now for the friendly team. Nice and easy. 30 seconds until I can burrow again. Now, it's important to know that you can only jump into a bush with that. So, like, don't just expect to come up right behind someone. It has to be in a bush. And if you're like, oh, Dehaka's so crazy overpowered, he's just jumping in on me all the time and I never know where he is. Well, odds are your game volume is a little bit too quiet because he makes a very prominent roar every time he enters a lane. So just chill, just walking up to top lane. Look how much stress is in my life right now. We're 2-2, two kills, 2 assists, 0 deaths. And all we've been doing is soaking XP. That's it. Nice and easy. No stress whatsoever. We may be able to go down there and help get a kill on Nazeebo, but I'm trying to fill up my essence at the same time and stop this push up top, and we can kind of do all of that whenever we want to. I am going to come in here, though. Lunara's going to back us up, and I'm going to jump in right behind the Stitches. We're going to pull him back, control him a little bit, keep him away from the rest of his team. We do still have that Isolation that we could use, but I decided not to there. What Isolation does, it's a very small... oh, we need to leave. It's a very... Does it slow? Yeah, it slows them for 30%, which, you know, is whatever. It's not that much. But it also silences enemy heroes that you hit with it. We are going to lose top to that Abathur monstrosity as soon as I left. But it is going to silence them, and it's actually going to reduce the vision that that target has. So it's called isolation for a reason. It can actually make the enemy player think that they are by themselves, when in reality, they are right next to their team. Which is very strong in team fights. If you can get a good isolation on a healer or a mage that relies on abilities to get away, Tracer is a great example. Good luck, you know? But you can get a ton, and I mean a ton of work done with it. Now this is where the changes actually start to come into play, because up until right now, other than the burrow change where we can enter and leave the ground at our leisure, or within that duration, we have a pretty standard talent build for what the high-level Dehaka players were doing. Let's pull the stitches back just a little bit. I think we got the kill here. Now we are going to go for Primal Swarm. Now, he used to get Resilience here, which would reduce the amount of time that he was crowd controlled as long as his W ability was active. Now, instead, we actually get Vulnerability on a target for 15% damage increase. So it's not full vulnerability. It's not the 25% that most characters provide, but it's 15% as long as you have your W active on a target. And with this build, as long as we're in combat and our W is up and hitting an enemy player, we're gonna have that W up all of the time. All of the time. There's no fucking downtime for that shit. Looks like Lunara had to run away from the minions. They were dealing a little bit too much damage to her, but we are securing bot right now. I would feel totally fine going for a really aggressive boss play right after this, just because the enemy team seems to be having some difficulties here. As soon as Stitches runs away, we're going to try to grab him. I guess he just walked in and died. Yeah, I think going for boss here would be totally acceptable. 4-level lead on this enemy team right now, and largely because we're doing a good job soaking XP, and we're controlling these objectives and pushing down their buildings incredibly quickly. Let's throw pit. I'm gonna put a smiley face. And I'm just going to assume that they're gonna follow me, because this is the most fun play on the board right now. Now, at level 16, you could increase your drag range if you like that part of Dehaka's kit, or you could simply move while you're burrowed, excuse me, which would just allow you guys to move around underground a little bit easier. Gives a bit more utility to your burrow, and would allow you to potentially get out of situations that you couldn't get out of before. I think we can hit Rag with isolation here and slow him down, let our team catch up. The helping hand from Stitches is going to pull him out to the top of the map, though. We're now pushing in with the boss in the bottom lane, and we're going to be able to just take everything that this enemy team has ever held dear. We're just going to be able to run right over him. That mercenary camp shouldn't be that big of a deal. Zarya for the enemy team, we need to wait for the bubble before we interact with her, because that bubble will stop our drag, I'm pretty sure. No threat whatsoever here, to be totally honest. Yep, the Zarya bubble stops our Q. We are going to have to start using our essence to heal up. Fighting inside of a Ragnaros tower is kind of scary. Chen going in with that barrel, pushing Stitches out of the way. And again, I'm adding more utility to my team just by walking up and turning my W on, which we're going to be doing anyway. Right? We're always going to have that up in team fights anyway. But now, I'm allowing my team to deal more damage to everyone that they attack, which is so pivotal. It's such a big deal. Because this build for Dehaka was really good before. This build was not bad before. This was his best performing build before. And now it just has even more team utility. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have left. It has even more team utility than it's ever fucking had. And it can absolutely sway the tide of battle in ways that it was not capable of doing before. Looks like the friendly team did overstay their welcome, or you could argue that I wasn't with them, so they weren't able to core. I mean, core was kind of iffy there. You know? I didn't really believe in that core play. But you could argue that was my fault, so I'll go ahead and take responsibility for that one. But we'll just go ahead and start channeling on this bad boy up here into Zebo making his way in. We'll just hit him with the isolation so he can't cast. Walk in with that vulnerability damage. When the isolation ends, we'll go ahead and drag him with a ton, keep him crowd controlled the entire time, and heal up with that essence to get back to full life. Easy game, easy life, team. Now, with Ragnaros coming in, we do need to be a little bit more careful, but our Ragnaros is actually throwing a fire wave up here to us, so what I'm going to try to do is keep the Stitches in it, or just give vulnerability to that Stitches and let that fire wave completely fucking melt him. Oh, that was exciting. Oh, that was exciting, team. Burrow because I forgot to move because I was looking at my pretty face over on my other monitor. Whoa. We're at 46 essence right now, which means we're basically full on life again. There's actually some pretty good synergy here between the Ragnaros, Lava Wave, and Dehaka just getting essence to stay alive. I have seen Abathur on the map a few times. I kind of want to go down there and kill him, but I'm going to try to restrain myself. We probably just could posture for core right now. I'm just going to push top lane in as far as it'll go. With the Lava Wave, it's going to melt all the minions in it anyway, so it's not like there's a ton of opposition, but I feel pretty good about this push here and trying to get this keep. I think we should be able to do that just fine. We'll go ahead and Dark Swarm to get rid of these mines. The Stitches hook is going to grab me, but we'll kill Abathur, who is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Uh-oh, little Stitches. Uh-oh, little Ragnaros. The cool thing about the vulnerability is just how many enemy players you can give it to at a single time, because you're hitting the whole area around you. So not only was Ragnaros vulnerable there, but Stitches was also vulnerable there just because they were both in range of me. Now we're going to go for Apex Predator, which is going to allow us to piece the fuck out of situations that we don't want to be involved in. Let's pull this Nazebo back a little bit. Maybe we can control him some. Dive underground as he puts me inside of his zombie wall. We don't want to take that damage. Isolation on Zarya is going to land. She is vulnerable as well, although I don't think I... Oh no! We're going to be taken down by the Q! No! You should leave. You're in their base by yourself. He's probably going to get a kill steal. Oh, no. No! Rag, too deep! Too deep, Ragnaros! Oh, Stitches almost saved you. He almost saved you. How nice. Well, obviously this team's pretty confident. We've been significantly higher on XP than the enemy team for the majority of this match. The Ragnaros Lava Waves just further keeping us ahead on XP. The enemy team likely going to go for some mercenary camps now. Kind of looks like they're going to be making their way over here. The objective is up once again, and Ragnaros will not be joining us for this one, at least right at the start. So that is an advantage for the enemy team. If Nazebo stays in a position like this for very long, we can simply Apex Predator in there and kill him. Apex Predator is the upgrade to our mount ability, and it puts it on a 15-second cooldown, is that right? No, it cuts it in half, though. So 25 seconds off the cooldown, but it also reduces the activation time of the cast, so we can like burrow into places like this very quickly. And then in 25 seconds, we can leave as well. I kind of feel like the reduction isn't quite as high as it used to be, or as much as how do I word that? Basically, I think it used to be on a 15-second cooldown. I'm pretty sure anyway. Now, this is a bit risky for us to do just because we don't have essence to heal ourselves with. We got a little bit off of the minion wave there, and I'm going to need to run through here to grab some more as we're just trying to get away from this Ragnaros. That essence is very important to us. I'm going to just break line of sight. He decided not to follow me. I could have actually just burrowed or brush-stalked back into a bush behind them, and that would have been a fine play. Probably would have juked him out, but we're going to rejoin our team, make sure we get this kill, go ahead and grab him. We're not trying to drag him anywhere, but we are trying to make it so he does not cast, which is pretty strong. Such a good ability. Once you get used to the delay on it, it becomes such a strong part of his arsenal. We're going to grab both objectives, kill the enemy team's core, no problem. And like I said, if you want to learn Dehaka, this is a great build to start with. It is phenomenal. It performs well on nearly every single map. And Dehaka these days lends himself very well to just about every team comp as well, because of this vulnerability. This Primal Swarm is just so strong. Like a mosh pit with vulnerability on everyone in the mosh pit? God, it's crazy. That's almost Sylvanas levels. Like old school Sylvanas, when she could spread vulnerability to everyone in range with her W ability. It's reminiscent of that. MVP. You know, someone told me I wasn't a fucking professional because I didn't vote someone up here. And in response to that person, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Oh, shit. Oh, Palatine, what a savage. The talents we used in today's video: Primal Aggression, the one who collects, Symbiosis, Isolation, Primal Swarm, Elongated Tongue, and Apex Predator. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.